Who'd believe it?
For once, we were heroes.
Too bad nobody saw us.
Guess again.
Huh?
What did you say?
Lots of people saw what you did out there. And all of them are watching you right now.
Oh, then I guess the bad guys.
Are finally?
Good guys!
So then we're not bad.
That's good.
What if the boss finds out?
That's bad.
We'll start our own team.
That's good.
But we got no money.
That's bad.
Then we'll just steal some.
That's good. Or is that bad? Oh.
Hey guys, Giga Charmans here. Today I'll be a judge, jury, and your analyst, and I hope you enjoyed that clip. That's from the Power of One the Power of One Pokemon movie 2000. It was my absolute childhood, and because this is a Slowpoke movie, why not show one of the greatest movies featuring Slowpoke? Well, technically it features Slowking, but you know, it's still that's Slowpoke's evolution. So it was, yeah, if you haven't watched that movie, I guarantee you'll enjoy it. That was my childhood. It was released way back in the day, and I had the pleasure of seeing it on the big screen. So Slowking is a beast, and so is Slowpoke, at least for the Element Cup. As you see here, Slowpoke, as I did on my really early meta-analysis back in the day, was extremely powerful. And the two-shield scenario, that's why, as you see here, it's just an absolute destroyer in the Element Cup. Literally being the second most powerful team, only losing by 1 point. With a 7% usage, well, 0.7 to be exact. This team is extremely powerful. What it does is that this team takes advantage of the fact that there's no mon that basically resists confusion. Just like because Charm exists, but Charm can be resisted by poison types like Bulbasaur and Oddish. But unlike that, Slowpoke actually, there's no hard counter to Slowpoke's confusion. So that's why Slowpoke is so powerful. This is why if you put it with Bulbasaur and Ducklett, as you see, it's very safe, very consistent, doesn't have a lot of bulk. Every team in Element Cup is going to have a D, but pretty much everything's going to have an A for coverage as long as you core it with a Ducklett. As you see here, this team does extremely well against the meta. And if you scroll down below, really only having a problem against grass types. Double grass can give you a little bit of an issue just because of the fact that they pretty much delete Slowpoke. But Slowpoke is able to handle things like Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur does get deleted by confusion. Also, Bulbasaur can take on a lot of water types like Ducklett. You can two-shield your way through Ducklett because confusion is resisted, basically. That's why this team is so powerful. With a low threat score of 440. This is one of the lowest threat scores in the Element Cup, literally. It's like one of the lowest threat scores because, you know, it's at 440. 500 is usually the, like, mid-tier, and then 600 is high. Well, 500 is, like, the high for Element Cup. But 440 is the low. So, it's very powerful, and there's actually not a lot of things that will stop you. This team is incredibly powerful and will consistently get you W's in the Element Cup. Alright, so here we have our Slowpoke battles. As you see here, we get a Slowpoke into a Ducklett. So this is why, if you saw my research with Slowpoke, Slowpoke wins the 2-shield against the mighty Ducklett. Now, it's going to be a little tricky. You kind of want to try and get confusion through. Like you see here, caught my opponent firing on the wrong interval, so we managed to get a confusion through at least. There should be a Bubble Beam or an Aerial Ace, but this is perfectly fine. I should be able to get both Side Shocks through here. If my opponent doesn't shield this, I can confusion down. So it's pretty rough. As you see here, Side Shock does go through, so I should be able to just confusion down. It's worth giving up my shield if I have to, in case my opponent's Ducklett has Bubble Beam, but it looks like it doesn't. So this is perfect. As you hear, my opponent summons the Cottony, and we are vibing right now, because guess what? There's a reason why we have Bulbasaur in this team. It's just for Cottony. And as you see here, we managed to get the Vulpix and RPS the unholy hell of our opponent just because of the fact that Slowpoke came in so clutch. As you see here, we have to expend shields here because Body Slam will do some big damage, but this is pretty much game over. All I have to do is Bubble Beam this Vulpix to death and then Sludge Bomb the Cottony for GG's. That's why Bulbasaur is really useful. You can replace Bulbasaur with something like Chikorita, but its ability to stop the Charmer in Connie and just do really well against other grass types makes it such a great mon. Obviously, if you do get the mirror match, whoever Sludge Bombs the other one pretty much wins, or whoever has energy advantage. But as you see here, I'll eat one Body Slam just because this Vulpix is Bubble Beam down. So because of that, -1 on attack, and now we're about to -2 it. So no need to shield a debuff Body Slam when my duck is so healthy. And this is why this thing is so powerful. As you see here, we get the second shield. I could choose to no shield this one, even if like I could choose to no shield this one and literally farm down this poor Vulpix to oblivion, but instead of doing that, I'm just gonna shield this and then go for the giant, humongous burb. Actually, I could have gone for the burb, but you know, I'm just gonna Sludge Bomb. I'm just gonna go to Sludge Bomb. I thought I was gonna go for Brave Bird in this scenario, but I remember this is the scenario where I'm just like, you know what, Sludge Bomb kills, and just I can Vine Whip down, and that's GG's. As you see, my opponent just submits to their defeat. I think they might have been able to win if they Weather Balled me down, though I'm not entirely sure, so I think I might have misplayed there. As you see, we get our second match here, but either way, we got the W. For our second match, we have Chinchou vs Slowpoke. This is terrible. We lose the lead, so we say switch into our Bulbasaur, and we get a Vulpix. So, fun fact, if you do happen to Sludge Bomb a Vulpix through shields, as you see here, watch what happens. This is how you take back switch. Sludge Bomb will go through, and if it goes through, it actually kills Vulpix. If it doesn't go through, then you'll come out with shield advantage. But either way, we're vibing here. As you see, I'm going to send out Slowpoke again just to tank all this damage. Well, not necessarily tank all this damage, but I'm just going to Confusion down. Because Chinchou is pretty much going to take our soul anyways. I think the idea I have here is I'm going to attempt to get as much energy as humanely possible. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to try to double Side Shock that Chinchou in the back, because we know we're gonna lose to Chinchou. So as you see here, I am gonna Confusion down, and then I'm waiting for a little bit, but I'm going to fire this Side Shock. I want to grab as many shields. I want to grab this last shield from this Chinchou, and then I want to fire a second Side Shock, and that should put this Chinchou in danger. So as you see here, Side Shock goes through. We get a shield, and then I should be able to get to the second one, and we do. This Side Shock is going to do one of two things. Either do heavy damage and give my duck a chance to live, or hopefully it'll get to a point where I can Confusion down this Chinchou. It actually gets to a point to where we literally leave this Chinchou in 1 HP in a dream. It survived! Why? It's okay though. Bubble Beam will go through, but Ducklett should be able to just wing attack. And then we now have our Ducklett in the closer. But because my Ducklett has an energy lead because I went in and I have a shield anyways, this is GG's. As you see here, we do get to the Brave Bird. This Suburban, my mighty Suburban, will run over this duck and make it roadkill. And that's GG's because this goes through. All I have to do is wing attack once, and then that's GG's. As you see, we lost the lead, but because Slowpoke is such a boss with Confusion, as you saw there, we managed to take the W. That's a good example of losing lead. I'll have another example of losing lead too, but Slowpoke is so broken. It's really good. And here's Bulbasaur to Slowpoke. Our opponent loses this match hard, so they're going to switch eventually. As you see here, they swap into Cottony, and all I'm going to do is swap into Ducklett. This looks bad, but I'm just going to debuff my opponent. As you see here, I'm going to build up to Brave Bird, and then I'm going for the Bubble Beams. This is actually a Razor Leaf Cottony, so this kind of sucks. It was good that I switched out right away. Bubble Beam should go through. Our opponent's either going to shield here, or they're going to take it, and they do shield, which is great. I needed that shield. I'm going to shield this one, though, because I don't Razor Leaf chunks, and I don't want to get taken out by this Cottony. As you see, I'm just going to go straight for the Bubble Beams, but either way, we should be able to come out of this with shield advantage, or we're going to come out to the point to where we can literally just beat the unholy heck out of this Cottony. As you see, Bubble Beams are going to fire out. We're just beaming. We're literally beaming. And then, as you see here, I should be able to take this Cottony down wing attack. And then I should be able to get to one more Bubble Beam before it perishes. As you see here, we do manage to get to the Bubble Beam. And it doesn't go off, because Bulbasaur came in. And basically what's going to happen here is I'm going to send in, you already know, I'm going to send in Slowpoke. They're going to switch out as something else, and then Bulbasaur is going to come in. So, let's just pray. And as you see here, I'm correct. It is a Piplup. I was very confused when this happened. I know Piplup has, like, what, Ice Beam or something like that? Or Night Slash? I don't know, but I'm gonna shield this. It's a Drill Peck. Okay, so it actually has Drill Peck. all we're gonna do is just do the complete and total farm down, and then all I'm gonna do is just annihilate this poor Cottony in the back with... I'm just gonna C-bomb it to death. It still has a shield, so, but you know what? It's pretty much GG's. Well, this is Bulbasaur, actually, so C-bomb goes off, and then our opponent doesn't shield, and I'm like, oh, well, geez. Well, you have to shield the second one here, and then well, they have to expend all their energy, and then one confusion from Slowpoke should take out this Venusaur. So either way is okay. I'm just playing the safer play here, but again, I'm gonna eat a Sludge Bomb anyways, and then what's going to happen is that, again, Slowpoke's gonna come in and commit mass murder to this poor Bulbasaur. As you see, Slowpoke does come in, and then this Bulbasaur is deleted with one confusion, and that's GG's. Great match by our opponents. That kind of sucked because they we baited a shield off of them, but it's okay. We get Slowpoke into Vulpix. This is great for us because Slowpoke beats Vulpix pretty hard, especially when it has Ember, as you see here. I'm expecting my opponent to switch out. That's why you don't see me firing a charge move right away. And we managed to get a confusion through the charge move. This is exactly what we want. We want to get as much confusions in as possible. I am going to shield here just because I want to keep Slowpoke, like, healthy, and they switch into their own Slowpoke. This is a fantastic catch by my opponent, and I was like, oh, this is dangerous, because I don't want to throw Bulbasaur into this thing, so I'm like, alright, you know what, Ducklett is. Yes, Ducky, it's pretty rough. This matchup is incredibly rough, but Ducky should be able to, I'm going to try to basically bait shields off of this Slowpoke. I will shield the first Psyshock. This is definitely a Psyshock. And then what I'm going to do is debuff. And then I don't have any shields left, but it's debuffed. So then I should be able to live one Psyshock. But since it's debuffed anyways. As you see here, we do manage to get the Bubble Beam off. Our opponent doesn't shield. Good move on them because we don't have anything. But guess what? They have 2 shields. Oh, is this going to be a reverse sweep? Or are we going to die? So as you see here, Ducklett is going to fire these Bubble Beams like no tomorrow. This is going to do some heavy damage. Not really, because it's resisted. However, we do get the full farm down with Wing Attack, as you see here. So we're managed to keep alignment. And we know we got a Vulpix. What else do you have in the back, my friend? And it happens to be a Chinchou. This is terrible for us because, well, it's actually good, but it's terrible for the fact that, like, I have no shield. So as you see here, we are going to fire the Bubble Beam. I want to grab a shield or debuff my opponent. And I managed to grab a shield. Let's go. My opponent switches into Vulpix, which is actually really great for us because all we're going to do is confusion down this Vulpix. We literally have no shields right now. So, my poor Venusaur is going to have to literally carry this entire match on their back. As you see, we should be able to confusion down this Vulpix though, and then I should be able to come out of this matchup with a Psyshock. Psyshock should be able to break the second shield, and then I can switch in Venusaur and then C-Bomb for the KO. As you see here, we do get the Psyshock off. Please excuse my poor Psychic Circle capabilities, because as you see here, Psyshock goes off, break the shield, and then I send in my Bulbasaur, and then we used Leaf Grenade, C-Bomb, and then this should KO, and then that's GG's. That was again, this is why I love Slowpoke. It's so powerful, so versatile, and there's so many things you could do with it. And as you see here, with Bulbasaur, you take out those Cottonies, and you can C-Bomb those water Pokemon in the back. And that's GG's! Last but not least, this is actually hilarious, you'll see. So we got Slowpoke on Slowpoke action! So fun fact, you get the mirror match. Usually what happens is a double KO. As you see here, I'm going to try to get a confusion through and get an extra confusion on my opponent. Sadly, nothing happened. So I was like, oh, crap. So if they fire, normally I should be able to get a confusion through. Wrong. So I'm going to have to shield. But what happens in this scenario is as long as my opponent doesn't get an extra confusion through, as you see, I am carefully deciding when to fire my Psyshock. I think what I'm going to do here is just to be safe, I'm going to get 2, and then I'll fire. Just so that I don't, like, overfarm or anything like that. We will shield this Psyshock coming in. I'm going to double Psyshock. I should be able to get both of them off so I can break both shields. And then we pray. No, literally, we pray. Because I don't know what my opponent has on the back. And I'm already, like, I already know, like, this is going to be a simultaneous knockout. I just want to make sure I get both of these shields. That's why I'm firing both my Psyshocks. My opponent is this will likely get my opponent's second shield. And then it's just going to be confusion down. As you see here, again, it's 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to get a simultaneous KO. So as you see here, it's going to literally be what I mentioned. Simultaneous KO, and you have to play the lucky guessing game. Usually you wait to 0 and then you throw your Pokemon in. But if you guess wrong, you die. However, I will not die in this match, and you'll see why. As you see here, I said Ducklett, but they have Chinchou! So I switch into my Bulbasaur, and they have a Vulpix. Remember what I told you in Battle 2, that if a Vulpix eats a Sludge Bomb, it dies? And guess what? We happen to get to the Sludge Bomb. We win CMP, we get to the Sludge Bomb. This will go off, and this will KO the Vulpix. Bam, we guessed wrong, but Sludge Bomb is so OP. We GG. Oh, GG's Vulpix. And then all we have to do, you've seen this before, 2 times a charm, the 2-piece, and the C-Bomb, and that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, even though I literally lost alignment because Bulbasaur's a beast and Sludge Bomb 1-hit KOs a Vulpix. We take the game, and that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed these battles. They were actually really freaking sweaty. And that's GG's. I hope you guys enjoyed those battles. Slowpoke is incredibly powerful. As you see there, Slowpoke with Ducklett Safe Switch is a pretty beastly combination. Even with Bulbasaur, as you see here, I was able to literally throw Bulbasaur, bait out the Vulpix, and then use Sludge Bomb to end their life. So it's a very powerful, this team's actually incredibly powerful. Ducklett's the most powerful. When you put Slowpoke, the most powerful Safe Switch Mon in Ducklett, and then you close out with Bulbasaur, or you could do what I did, where you throw in Bulbasaur, Sludge Bomb down, and go for the W. Which, that one match was actually pretty freaking hilarious. But anyways, Slowpoke will serve you very well in the Element Cup, so if you do plan on using it, I definitely heavily recommend you do it. Slowpoke lead with 2 shields is a beast with confusion. You don't even have to double move it. You can literally use 1 Slowpoke and just have Side Shock, and it will go to town. So definitely a great budget pick if you're looking to save Stardust. And you have a Slowpoke that's under 500 CP. Definitely one of the most powerful leads in my opinion that literally serves so much of a purpose because like I said, nothing in this cup really resists confusion. So unless it's another Slowpoke, so unless you get the mirror match, then you get the mirror match, or if it's something like an execute, something like that. But other than that, again, Slowpoke is incredibly powerful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you please do me a huge favor. I will be featuring more stuff from the Element Cup. However, if you're going to be a huge favor, if you are not subscribed yet, do you see that little box on the bottom right? By the time you're done listening to my voice, all my subs, I appreciate you by the way. But if you would like to, please like and sub, and it's totally free. All you have to do is you see that little box at the bottom right. All you have to do is put your mouse over it, and then it will pop up a sub tab. All you can do, and you can easily subscribe from there. I really do appreciate you guys. Again, to all my subs that are subscribed, I do appreciate you. And if you are not, please help out my goal. For the end of the year, I would like 3K subs, or at least work to 3K subs. So you can do me a huge favor by just clicking on that one link on that sub tab and liking the video. Helps the algorithm a lot, and I really do appreciate it. I'll be posting more Element Cup stuff on here. I hope you guys are doing well. But again, if you are lost, Slowpoke can give you a lot of W's in the Element Cup. Good luck in your Go Battle League sets, and I will see you guys on the next video.